Anyway, brutal words for her fellow liberals from Democratic strategist Julie Rajinsky. Let's hear what this is about.
Now, I'm going to speak some hard truths to my friends in the Democratic Party. This is not Joe Biden's fault. It's not Kamala Harris's fault.
I mean, it is. It is on both accounts.
It's not Barack Obama's fault. It is the fault of the Democratic Party in not knowing how to communicate effectively to voters. We are not the party of common sense, which is what the message that voters sent to us, for a number of reasons.
Oh, let me guess. Is it, wait, hold on. Is she going to say it's because we're not common sense party because we're too pro-trans? That's what it is, right?
For a number of reasons, we don't know how to speak to voters. When we address Latino, and language, listen, language has meaning. When we address Latino voters as Latinx.
No! Who's doing that? Like, are they doing that? I don't even know who's doing this shit. I've never done it, okay? I don't know who they are talking about. Why are they literally going, you know what? It's just the Democrats are too fucking woke. Do these guys only watch the Ben Shapiro show? Are they the only people who watch Daily Wire? They all watch Bill Maher and the Daily Wire, and they're just like getting all their talking points from these fucking charlatans. I think there was one fucking time where Kamala Harris said pronouns she, her, hers. You know, that's it. And they lasered in on it. A video from like, I don't know, fucking 6-7 years ago. What the fuck? Who gives a shit, man? Who cares? Who fucking cares? People are saying Latinx more, though, but yeah, that's not why people didn't vote. Yeah, it's just dumb as fuck, dude. It's dumb as fuck. To say, first of all, I'm just imagining Joe Biden saying Latinx, and that's pretty funny, okay? To all the Latinx out there, Jack, I'm sending your ass back over the border, too. We have the most right-wing border bill. And all you Latinx folk, you're going to learn today. Wake the fuck up. This is what the narrative war will look like. These are not honest comments. These are neoliberals crafting the narrative to maintain control. They cannot acknowledge this is a lack of class-focused universal policy goals. No, I am awake. What do you mean? I'm very much seeing that. That's why I'm spending a decent amount of time explaining exactly why the fuck it's happening, saying exactly what you just said, and telling you that, like, this is idiotic. Okay? This is a cynical right-wing framing instead of accurately addressing the real problems that the Democratic Party has. Okay? They're just going, it's because we were too woke. It's because we were too fucking woke. No, it's not.
For instance, because that's the politically correct thing to do. It makes them think that we don't even live on the same planet as they do. When we are too afraid to say that, hey, college kids, if you're trashing a campus at Columbia University because you're unhappy about some sort of policy and you're taking over a university, and
it's because the college campus students were too woke? Dude, I'm done. Dude, you need to be exiled, okay? You need to be humiliated every day for the rest of your life. You need to be tarred and feathered if you legitimately think that this is why the Democratic Party lost. It's the opposite, you fucking idiot. They just kept sidestepping the Palestine question every single fucking time. What are you talking about? We're talking about a country where 80% of the Democratic Party's base of support wants a ceasefire and knows that stopping weapons transfers is the only way to fucking stop Benjamin Netanyahu from doing a genocide. 54% of Republicans agree with this, okay? 70% of independents. And this fucking dipshit is like, we just weren't sufficiently pro-Israel. That's what the issue is. We should have killed those students. You know? That's how we would have won the election. It's like, yeah, you're so fucking evil. You're evil. You're an evil person, okay? You are an evil charlatan. You're not only incompetent, but you're malicious. And this is the only thing your parents are watching. Just remember that. The only thing your parents are watching is this kind of dumb, nonsensical bullshit that deflects the actual responsibility away and just looks at the problem and says, you know what it is? We just didn't do more of the thing that actually made people annoyed with us. This is terrifying. I did not assume that they would be so quick to immediately go, no. What you don't understand is we weren't right-wing enough.
And you're trashing it and preventing other students from learning, that is unacceptable. But we're so worried about alienating one or another cohort in our coalition that we don't know what to say when normal.
Yeah, we were worried about alienating the Palestinians. Oh my God! We were so worried about alienating the pro-Palestinian movement. These people are speaking to zero constituencies. Days before the 2012 election in Florida, Biden called trans rights the civil rights issue of our time. Have these Biden allies met Joe Biden? Biden allies say would have clearly rejected the idea of trans women competing in women's sports. Of course, he never staked out that position in his presidency. America's first trans congresswoman started off working Biden's office, and he's called her a member of the family. And the first trans person elected to the state government, Danica Rome. Biden was her first major endorser and returned to help her with her reelection in 2019. The idea that Biden secretly believed this and would have said something but didn't is not credible. Biden has the perfect method on the trans shit, okay? When people try to get him on this, when they're like, how many genders, Mr. President? You go, at least 3. That's it. At least 3, Jack. Shut the fuck up. I don't know what's going on. I just got here. That's it. I think these people are fucking insane. Like, there is no constituency for this kind of sentiment. And they're actively trying to create one within the Democratic Party. The real constituency for this kind of sentiment is in the Republican Party. And what they're doing is going on CNN to actively get your parents to agree with this reactionary attitude. Okay.
Normal people look at that and say, wait a second, I send my kids to college so they can learn, not so that they can burn buildings and trash lawns, right? And so on and so forth. When we put pronouns after names and say she, her, as opposed to saying, you know what, if I call you by the wrong pronoun, call me out, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. But stop with the virtue signaling and just speak to people like they're normal. There's nothing I'm going to say to Michael that I'm not going to say to you, that I'm not going to say to somebody else. I speak the same language to everybody.
Stop with the virtue signaling. Stop with the woke mind virus. That's awesome. These guys are deeply unserious, dude. There's never a moment where you are supposed to talk about this, okay? There's no reason to talk about this. It's not a real issue. Republicans desperately try to turn this into a real issue. And when you actually respond to it, you are a fucking idiot, okay? And responding to it, even to defend it, is stupid. Just so you understand. I need you to understand it. Responding to it, even to defend it, is stupid. You're losing the argument, okay? Responding to it and agreeing with it is not only stupid, but also cruel, okay? And I know that this person is deliberately doing this because this is the exit ramp for these careerist pieces of shit in the Democratic Party. It's not our fault. It's not our fault. It's the activists. We hired the activists. We listened to the activists too much. You're a fucking asshole. You're a goddamn charlatan, and you lost the fucking fascists again. And you're going to lose to them again and again and again. And in every single defeat, you're going to marginally creep towards their direction every single fucking time, year over year. Shut the fuck up about this woke nonsense, okay? You dumb fuck. Shut the fuck up. This is not a real issue at all. People want more money in their pockets. People want health care. People want housing that is affordable and readily available. And you're over here being like, it's because the college campus students were protesting too hard. You lost Michigan, dumbass. Think about why. It's so fucking stupid. It is so goddamn infuriating to see these fucking demons every single day, just without a shred of doubt, without even just no self-reflection whatsoever. Just go on television, put on your fucking suit, and just go, you know, real centrism hasn't been tried. The problem is we're not close enough to the Republican Party. When Kamala Harris literally was like, I am Nikki Haley, okay? I am Nikki Slaley. Please vote for me. I am Nikki Haley. I love Liz Cheney. Please vote for me. And then the voters looked at that and were like, no, I'm not actually. I'm just going to sit at home. Fuck you. This is insane. Every single one of these fucking dipshits need to be fired immediately. Every single one. Oh my God.
But that's not what Democrats do. We constantly try to parse out different ways of speaking to different cohorts because our focus groups or our polling shows that so-and-so appeals to such and such. That's not how normal people think. It's not common sense. And we need to start being the party of common sense.
Like masquerading right-wing sentiment as common sense, also another like very obvious strategy of the right. For the record, very obvious strategy of the right.
Sense again. Joe Biden is not responsible for that. Neither is Kamala Harris. It is a problem that Democrats have had for years. I've been banging the drum on this for, I don't know how, probably 10 years, if not longer on this. We need to get back to being the party of common sense, that people look at us and say, we understand you. We appreciate what you say because you speak our language. And until we do that, we should stop blaming other people for our own mistakes.
This is from the Newsbusters, by the way. The managing editor of Newsbusters posted this. I wonder why. Yeah, if you look at people that are replying and agreeing with it, it's because Newsbusters is a fucking right-wing outlet. What are you talking about? It's like this is a hatchet job. She was a Fox contributor on The Five. Democratic strategist, dude. Nice. I mean, these guys why are they in the Democratic Party? Like, what the fuck is going on? They're not Democrats. They're not even remotely woke. They're not liberal at all. They don't give a shit. How the fuck did the Trump era excise all the country club Republicans and the Democrats were like, oh my God, this is amazing. Please come to my party. Please. Please. We will hire all of you. I despise these fucking demons, dude. I despise them. It's so insane. Yeah, here's the outcome, by the way, of, consistently tailoring your message around how, Arab voters and Muslim voters and their fucking family members need to be killed. Okay. Harris lost Michigan by 82,000 votes. 100,000 Michiganders voted uncommitted in the primary. It was crazy to me because their solution to like the housing market problems was also just like deregulation. It was insane. We're going to do a public private partnership. It's like, no, dude, just build fucking houses. Okay. Federal jobs program, federal housing program, start it tomorrow. I promise you, people do not give a fuck. Okay. If someone came out there and said, I'm doing a federal jobs program. We're hiring as many people as possible. They're going to get great fucking salaries. And we're going to build 3 million new housing units in areas that need it with federal funds and federal contracted employees that are unionized. And we are going to make these houses not only affordable, but free for people who need it. Okay. If you said that tomorrow, which will then adjust the rest of the fucking housing market and normalize prices, 100% of voters would approve of that. Okay? It is like, I'm telling you, there is already an example of this. There is already an example of this policy, okay? Or how successful of a message it is when you directly look at a fucking problem, when you directly look at a goddamn issue and say, I'm going to fix it. And that issue is prices at the grocery store. Okay? Kamala Harris came out and was like, I am going to tackle prices at the grocery store. I see you. I hear you. We're going to fix it. I'm going to go after grocery stores for price gouging. It's already existing law. And we are going to make the calculation to figure out who's unfairly adjusting their rates or adjusting their prices. Okay? No more of that. It's already existing law. We're going to apply it, right? That policy, when she unveiled it, was sitting at 73, 74, I think 79% approval. Then the Republicans turned around and said, that's Venezuela. That's Venezuela. That's Venezuela. You're doing Venezuela. That's price caps. Oh, that's price caps. That's unacceptable. Okay. Weeks after that, weeks after the New York Times saying this is, voodoo economics, this is not going to work. You're fucking crazy. This is communism, and relentless attacks from the Republican side. That policy was sitting at 83% approval, because when people are hurting and you address that, they don't give a fuck if you say it's socialist or communist. That's it. Okay? That's it. Republicans were so scared when they did that, they whipped out Vuvuzela so fast. That's what I mean. They whipped it out and it failed. But you know how it succeeded? It caused the Democrats to dial it back on that issue. There was polling conducted on this matter after as well, where they asked the same people, what do you think about price caps? It was like fucking 50% disapproval. Then they asked those same people, what do you think about tackling price gouging? 63% or 67% approval rating from the same fucking group. When you address the policies, okay, it's not the same. Yes, it is. What are you talking about? Max prices is not good economics. Oh my God, dude. It is the same problem with the way people receive. Yeah, if you're in Michigan, don't continue to patronize those corner stores, shops, bakeries, gas stations owned by Arab Americans. They showed you who they are. Yeah, Dems are going to look at themselves in the mirror, take a deep breath, and tell themselves, we got to get more racist.